The pictures from Italy are just devastating. Exhausted medical teams, not enough ventilators for those who need them, and convoys of trucks taking coffins to cemeteries. So what is life like in an extended lockdown that's meant to stop all of that? And are there any lessons that we can learn here in Australia?
Asem kese abawi ase abakose mu no hwe ho yie na wonfa mu anhwere wo nkwa coronavirus ho asem a ye kan asa agudi no e wo ho Israel wo ho ban asem kese na besha da samakone yade ye bodi nya fadi ye koro coronavirus say you wodi ya shini pasese nchanchama yere ntem sepebereja atuwa ye hano gana fwe entiti ye kokobwa mpanifuo ni ya pomudin chere manediso enya wuhu ajemane nkofere dom na saa ya die tumikuma bayifo mpo ohoro wansa fasemina ye campaign dudu obetumi dakurubi ya hand sanitizer bengu ebebo awo fafifa wansa hu abere nyina baby bifafa mu wano ne wo hwene obere wo kofere ni padom no found sankaka when him ni tituru obera when na montene so no wenya kwanya obi enya wade bepane hu enya when adwade emu kra sa woni obi ancha wapomudin no chena behia no ne no achane ade no ahobambo akade ehwehia protective items ne hia sese ai bia na odi otira ye na dodo wo nsem ebere bonimo sakobasa chakura fache uwosika tutobi mahiafo wakwase ya na se ye de million wonyine wuma eka wo awona ubesiye won bekonantinanti hunu biae bibiye hia wo aminu yesedem se wuhu obi na etwese wochi ya no apa wani ye chichire no nako baabi wae eni yere ni hina wiye no ya di valentine ya wiye ka quarantine oduma nkuma badi nyame gusu kasa chire wese nyina biye nyaso coronavirus ya riwai na wahwe wonkwa womu coronavirus nyawe bekuwa oh by says ya wamu. This deadly coronavirus is real. Be careful it doesn't sweep you away out of negligence. Wonso chenka boy na ji ofoforo bi nkwa. May the Lord keep us all. Afei se wo se wo bo wato aso fever anasa wo hometia ene entempa for Ghana Health Service emergency short code no 112 anasa kwa yaresa biantem na wo moa wo.
If I be a father, where is my honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord of hosts unto you.
Hear the word of Yahuwah Elohim. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. If you see what so we baby at Obuasio. If you see him at the Dudonina, where will I do what? As I say, I just see what so we baby at Obuasi, better from. If you see him at the Dudonina, where will I do what? When tis a catira suro darata, na housewife bloody woman and master, then some from his young Pupona, a very many dear Wahine. Sakatira suro director, na housewife bloody woman and master, then some from his young Pupona, a very many dear Wahine. A very dear was some kind of so, the canny bridge of and for us already. Samusi wanyangu poni wa avedia usuni wakakra musisha demo Mumpe mrabanti zese ana mumeka mabusu samunuai Ay, samusi wanyangu poni wa avedia shakine wakakra musisha demo Mumrabanti zese ana mumeka mabusu samunuai Ajalimi yo Ajalimi yo Mumramise nyangu poma Averi manidi wa hini Ajalimi yo Puma, a very many dear one. Come, the moment ready as I will come. Every dinner to the story. I come to see a bus as I saw the Nadian come. The moment ready as I will come. Every dinner to the story. China for sorry, I was a Buddha. India for sorry, I was a Hindu. I fed up on in and do the moon for my bosom who won't way. India for sorry, I was a Hindu. Natana for so sorry, I was a Buddha. I fed up on an ampano, Umfere Mabusum one way. I found so for a Monte Castia when you're dear to Mono. I found for a Monte TV, so I'm with Mono. Share coronavirus, Nabano. Mugabe solution, Larry Asina. Now you would say you are so powerful. Avaza fu amunde domu tumu samuna mu dom bebere wo mai mono umpiye mera pantie womera me ya sole na yenje coronavirus nti ememe nyina yemma coronavirus nti azafu nyina yekom agomu kasi abibaza zisu nanye diane komu awrade asamu kom mebiri na duo nyame mamu mampayo. For our here, but in the for hey, I guess I Union Pano Sono, a radiac can
All right, so very good morning. That was a very nice piece from the great Ampom there, bringing the time to exactly 10 minutes inside 8 here in the studios of Spirit Field TV, broadcasting live from Sunyani Fiepre in the Bono region. This is Spirit in the Morning. My name is Obibinia Brandt here, and this morning we have so much for you. We are bringing you a lot of information, and so if you are watching me, just like our Facebook page, and also make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then right now the media is in a transitive. We are just moving from one platform to the other. So if you set up a media house and you do not use the social media trending, then which means that you are not properly doing your work. And so it will be prudent that you like our Facebook page and also subscribe to our YouTube channel so that that will enable you to be informed this and every day. The Spirit in the Morning comes on your way this and every morning between the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's full of information, education, and so coming up is going to be the motivational message, which will follow by the headlines today, what is in the news today, and then we also have some education on the COVID-19 for you. Entertainment, yes, we also furnish you with some entertainment. But this morning there's this very question that we want your view on it. And so if you are watching us, make sure that you comment on this. And that is, how do you score the government of Ghana in the fight of coronavirus? How do you score the government of Ghana in the fight of the coronavirus? And so please make sure that your questions or your comments are being placed there. Yes. Comment on it, and in a due time I'll be reading the various comments that has trooped in. Good morning and welcome to Spiritfield TV. Just tell a friend to inform a friend that Spiritfield TV and Spirit in the Morning is alive. We have so much coming on your way. stories about COVID-19. What is the percentage now? And again, how is government putting measures to curb them? We have an interview coming away. Yes, a president from somewhere has agreed to have an interview with us, and so pretty soon, after the headlines today, you'll be speaking to that person for more insights on that, so that we can move on and then based on that. My name once again is Obibinia Brantier. Let's move on quickly so that we go for the motivational message for today from Reverend Bright Quainoo. You'll be back after this. Stay tuned. All right, so that you have your question on the screen, and we need your comment and that. If I'm just to brief you about the headlines today. If you are living in Sunyane or around Brongahafo, or if you are watching me outside Brongahafo, you should take this information very serious, because Sunyane Nana Bosoma market shut down. Right now there is no Sunyane market there. Nana Bosoma market is no more there, but there are measures put in place to make sure that you'll be able to get things to buy. Right. So when you come to Sunyane, you locate Coronation Park. Yes. Now when you go to Coronation Park, that is where you can get vegetables and foodstuffs to buy. It is no more at Nana Bosoma market as it used to be. And then when you go to Trene Amanfo Senior High School, yes, there is another market place there. And so those of you who want to buy that is sandals and shoes, shirts, yes, when you go to Trene Amanfo Senior High School, you'll be able to get your sandals and shoes to buy. It is no more at Nana Bosoma market. And again, when you come down to the Jubilee Park, Sunyane Jubilee Park, that is where the second-hand clothing, yes, the second-hand clothing are sold. And so we have 3 places where you can get things to buy. Right now, because of observing the social distancing, the regional minister, together with the regional council, has designated 3 places for you to get things to buy. And so the first one is the Coronation Park, where you can go and buy the onions, where you can go and buy your eggs, pepper, all the vegetables. You can get them there. And then when you move to Trene Amanfo Senior Secondary Technical School, that is where you can also get the shoes and sandals to buy, as well as Jubilee Park. Yes. And so when you get to Jubilee Park, you can also get second-hand clothing to buy. Now, we are going for the motivational message by Reverend Bright Quainoo. We'll be back with the rest of headlines today.
He has chosen you, dedicated you, He has consecrated you, He has sanctified you, He has set you apart and made you a priest. God has made you a priest. He has chosen you and make you a priest to Himself. To Himself. Why have you decided to walk your own life? Why have you decided to choose your own way? Why have you decided to live your own way? Christ has called you. He has appointed you. He has consecrated you. He has set you apart. He has made you holy. And said, be my priest unto nation. Proclaim my word. Declare my word. Witness me. You said, no, God. I want to live my life. I want to walk my way. I want to choose my own path. and you expect the blessings of God, you expect the increase of God, you expect the multiplication of God in your life, it will not happen. It will not come to pass. It will not manifest. Glory to God. Glory to God. Take me back to the scripture. Put the scripture. I love it. See. It says, God has dedicated you, consecrated you, priesthood, to offer up those spiritual sacrifices that are acceptable and pleasing to God through Jesus Christ. This is what God has made you. God has chosen you. He has set you apart. He has consecrated you. He has made you a priest of the offer and a spiritual sacrifice, and acceptable, that is pleasing to God. God has chosen you. He has set you apart. He has consecrated you. Take me to the screen. He has consecrated you. He has set you apart and made you holy. What else do you want? What else do you want? What else do you want? God has chosen you to live his life, to walk in his way, to walk in his path. He has made you a priesthood. He has made you a priesthood. He has chosen you. He said you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a people set apart. God has set you apart. He has chosen you and has set you apart and has made you a priest to himself to proclaim his word. But you have chosen your own path and you're expecting the blessings of God to flow in your life consistent. It will not come. It will not flow. It will not manifest.
So, all right. So, some technical hitches there. Good. So I was just glancing through the headlines today. And so I said Ghana COVID-19 cases increased by 112 to 1,154. And so the case as it stands now is now 1,154. And that is what we are looking at now. And we have 120 recover. And so that is a very good news there. So if cases have risen to 1,154 and we have 120 recover, I think it's some good news. And that is why we're asking that, how do you score the government of Ghana in the fight of COVID-19? Yes, so you can bring in your comment wherever you are watching us from. You can bring in your comment so that you use this to see how best we can fight the COVID-19. In other story or in other headline, Bono region bans use of tricycle, popularly known as pragia. Yes, so the Bono region, Bono Regional Minister, Honorable Evelyn Richardson, has warned that there shouldn't be tricycle usage here in Bono region. So this came to light when he spoke to the press yesterday. Yes, and so we will go out to see probably this is being enforced. So those of you living in New Doma, those of you watching me from Brekum, those of you watching me from Doma Hinkro, those of you watching me from Sunyane, wherever you are watching me in the Bono region, just give us some reports. This morning, have you come across any tricycle? Have you come across any tricycle, any pragia? Yes, if you have, just give me some comment, send me some comment, or you can even call us and then you tell us where the tricycle is being used, because the regional minister of Bono has banned the use of tricycle in the region. Just measures to make sure that we silence this COVID-19, and also helping to observe the social distancing. In other headline, Christian Council declared 3-day national prayer and fasting. Yes, Christian Council in Ghana has declared 3-day national prayer and fasting, and that is great. And the program is on the theme, "Oh God, heal our land." Oh God, heal our land. So that is the theme for the 3-day national prayer and fasting. Oh God, heal our land. Yes, indeed, we need God to heal this land. And so if you are watching me and you're a Christian, the prayer starts, that is tomorrow, Friday, April 24, and ends on Sunday, April 26. And so from tomorrow to Sunday, we are not eating. My cameraman, my MCR, everybody working at Express Hill TV, we are not eating. There is a fasting. We are fasting. And if you are watching me, you should add to that. Let us pray so that God will intervene and heal Ghana or heal this land. And that is what Christian Council has brought on board. In the next headline, final year SHS students to undertake special 1-year national service. Final year SHS students to undertake special 1-year national service. And this is from the Minister of Education, Honorable Matthew Opoku Prempeh, and is saying that they are putting things in place so that those who are in final year of the senior high school here in Ghana would undertake 1 year, that is 1 year, very special year, one special year for the national service. And so right from SHS, you just have some working experience, and I think that is great. That is great. It's a very laudable idea and a laudable call. I think so. Right after SHS, you will have some 1 year working experience, and then when you enter into the university, yes, at least based on your experience that you have gathered, you'll be able to properly choose the course that you want to undertake. That will really help the economy and the development of this nation. Because some of us, we move to university without knowing the kind of course. It is rather the university that gives us the course they think that, based on our grade, they think that we should offer. But here's the case: when you have the experience, when you have the working experience. Now, let's say, for example, you want to be a journalist, and then through your 1 year national service, you had your national service in a media house. So one or the other, you have gathered some experience on that. And so when you go to school, practically, you have been able to grab something. And so I don't know, you just have to add the theory aspect. And I think it's a very good call, and the Ministry of Education should deepen this so that it becomes a reality. So final year SHS students to undertake special 1 year national service, and that is what is there. Now there is this bad news: driver stamps passenger to death over social distancing. And so somewhere in eastern region, there is this worst case. Driver has killed a passenger over social distancing. You know, there is this instruction by our president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, that, you know, if, let's say, for example, you have taxi should convey 5 passengers, but now it should be 3. It should be 3 now, so that you can observe the social distancing. And so, according to the story, this passenger boarded the car from somewhere around Eastern region, and the mate of that car, the conductor of that car, asked the said passenger, the deceased, that you are to sit here so that the next person will sit behind you, so that you observe social distancing. If not that, the police will worry us on the road. Then the passenger said, I wish to choose where I should stand because I am paying lorry fare. And so that triggered the fight between the driver and the passenger. And it's unfortunate that the driver used this equipment that they have to hit the passenger. And it's unfortunate now the passenger is no more living. And so this is an advice to passengers and drivers. This measures was put in place by the President of Ghana. We should observe social distance. Everywhere we are to observe social distancing. And so if you're in the car, or if you're boarding the car, make sure you should know the right thing. You shouldn't be told by the conductor or the driver. Yes, when boarding the car, you should know where to sit in order to observe social distance. This one is not wahala. Why should you be fighting a case that is already known in the system? Why should you be doing that? It's bad. Now you are dead and gone. You are dead and gone. How can you come back again and fight? It's very sad anyway, but we should at least adhere to certain rules of the government so that we can move on. Now, GES, that is Ghana Education Service, raises a red flag on Ghana National Association of Private Schools on online terminal examination. Yes, you know, it was in the news that some private schools in Ghana are organizing online terminal examination. So let's say, for example, just gone by was the second term. Because of the COVID-19, we were not able to complete the term properly. But some schools were offering online terminal examinations. And here's the case, GES is saying that it doesn't serve well. Yes, because you did not complete the term, and yet you want the student to write exam on it. And so Ghana Education Service is against the private schools writing terminal exams online, and that is what we have in Ghana. So we are still waiting for your comments. I'll be reading them pretty soon. The question is very simple. How do you score government of Ghana? How do you score government of Ghana on the fight of the coronavirus? Is the government doing well, or has the government really done well? According to you, I just need your comment. Send in your comments as you're watching us. You like the page and also subscribe. Like the Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also you leave your comments when you like the Facebook page. So I'll be reading them when time permits me. And the next thing is, you know, the regional minister for Bono region has banned the use of tricycle in the region as a measure to observe social distancing. And so wherever you are watching me in Bono region, I just want to know the situation at your end. Those of you in Brekum, I think Brekum Domahinko, that is the very town that Pragya or the tricycle is really many. And so I just want to read your comment, send your comment. How is the situation in your area? Do you see tricycle around you? Or this morning you have even boarded one? Yes, I just want to read the various comments that you send in. And so that is where we end the headlines today. We are pausing here for a commercial break. And then when we come back, we will be moving on to some education for the COVID-19. After which there will be some discussion with the Fiepre Youth Association. Yes, I'll be speaking to the president here to see some measures put in place. You know, the last, speech of the president, the last address of the president, he said that we are to enforce putting on the face mask. And so how is it going to be done here in Fiepre? Are we really prepared, or we are not prepared? Stay tuned, and I'll be back after this commercial break.
The pictures from Italy are just devastating. Exhausted medical teams, not enough ventilators for those who need them, and convoys of trucks taking coffins to cemeteries. So what is life like in an extended lockdown that's meant to stop all of that? And are there any lessons that we can learn here in Australia?
Asem kese abawi ase abakose mu no. Hwe ho yie na wonfa mu anhwere wo nkwa. Coronavirus ho asem a ye kan asa agudi no. Ewo ho. It's real. Wo ho ban. Asem kese na besha de samakonne. Yade ye bodin ya fadi ya bro. Coronavirus say you wodin. Ya shini passe senchanchama. Yere ntem sepebereja. Atuwa ye hano Ghana fwe. Entity ye kokobwa mpanifu ni ya pomudin chere manediso. Enya wuhu waje mane nkofere dom na saa ya di tumikuma bayifo mpo. Oworo wansa faseme na ye. Campaign dudu wabetumi dakurubi ya hand sanitizer bengu webebo wawo. Fafifa wansa hu abere nyina. Baby before fam wano ne wohwene. Wabere wo kofere ni padom mono. Found Sankaka when he minute to Wabera when I'm wanting a son. When Kwanya kwanya obi enya wade bepane hu enya wanadwadie mu kra sa woni obi ancha wapomudin no chena behia no ne no achane yade no ahobambo akade ho hia protective items ne hia sese ai ebia na odi otira ye na dodo wo nsem ebere bonimo sako besa chekura fache wo sika totobi mahiafo okwase ya na se ye de million wo nyina wuma e ka wo awona wo besie won ekwanantinanti hunu biai bibi ehia wo aminu ye sedem se wo hu obi na etwese wo chi ya no apa wani ye chichire no na ko ba bi wai eni yere ni nyina wiye no ya di valentine ya wiye ka quarantine oduman kuma badi nyame gusu kasa chire wese nyina biye nya so coronavirus ya riwai na wahwe wonkwa wo mu coronavirus nyawe bekuwa oh by sesiana wamu. This deadly coronavirus is real. Be careful it doesn't sweep you away out of negligence. Wonso chenka boy na ji ofoforo bi nkwa. May the Lord keep us all. Afei se wo se wo bo wato aso. Fever anasa wo hometia ene entempa for Ghana Health Service emergency short code no 112 anasa kwa yaresa bi antem na wo moa wo.
The virus that causes coronavirus disease is spreading in some of our communities. This disease, also known as COVID-19, is thought to spread mainly from person to person through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes. These droplets can spread to the mouth, nose, or hands of people who are nearby, or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. Take steps to lower your risk of getting sick. Here are some things you should do. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. You can also use hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Take extra measures to put distance between yourself and others. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Stay home if you're sick, except to get medical care. If you have severe symptoms, please call 911. Cover coughs and sneezes with a tissue or the inside of your elbow. Only wear a face mask if you're sick and around other people, or if you need to take care of someone who is sick. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces. Older adults and people who have severe chronic medical conditions like heart or lung disease or diabetes are at higher risk for more serious illness from COVID-19. This group should consult with their healthcare provider about additional steps to stay protected. For more information on COVID-19, please visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Let's work together to protect ourselves, our families, and our communities.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jay Butler, Deputy Director for Infectious Diseases at CDC. I'd like to talk to you about the new virus that causes the disease COVID-19. Older adults and people who have severe chronic medical conditions like heart, lung, or kidney disease or diabetes may be at higher risk for severe illness from COVID-19. If you are one of the people at increased risk for serious COVID-19 illness, it's especially important for you to take action to reduce the risk of getting COVID-19 now. The first thing you can do is take care of your own health. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol if soap and water are not available. Cover your coughs or sneezes with a tissue, or cough or sneeze into your elbow, not your hands. Avoid contact with people who are sick. Clean and disinfect surfaces in your home, such as counters, tabletops, and doorknobs to remove germs. Use household cleaning sprays or wipes according to the label instructions. The next thing you can do is make a plan for what to do if you do get sick. Know who will take care of you if your caregiver gets sick. Talk to your healthcare provider about getting extra necessary medications to have on hand. Get enough supplies too, including enough household items and groceries so you can stay home for a few weeks if you have to. The third thing you can do is pay attention to what's happening locally. If COVID-19 is spreading in your community, stay home as much as possible and avoid crowds. If you get sick with fever, cough, or shortness of breath, call your healthcare provider. If you develop warning signs, such as difficulty breathing, persistent pain or pressure in your chest, confusion, or blueness of the lips or face, these may be signs of serious illness. Call 911. For more information and the latest resources, please visit cdc.gov/COVID-19 or call 1-800-CDC-INFO. That's 1-800-232-4636.
In December 2019, there was a cluster of pneumonia cases in China. Investigations found that it was caused by a previously unknown virus, now named the 2019 novel coronavirus. In this video, we'll take a quick look at what's currently known about the virus. Keep in mind that this is a new virus, and what's known about the virus now might change in the future. Coronaviruses are a large group of viruses. They consist of a core of genetic material surrounded by an envelope with protein spikes. This gives it the appearance of a crown. Crown in Latin is called corona, and that's how these viruses get their name. There are different types of coronaviruses that cause respiratory and sometimes gastrointestinal symptoms. Respiratory disease can range from the common cold to pneumonia, and in most people, the symptoms tend to be mild. However, there are some types of coronaviruses that can cause severe disease. These include the severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus, first identified in China in 2003, and the Middle East respiratory syndrome coronavirus that was first identified in Saudi Arabia in 2012. The 2019 novel coronavirus was first identified in China. It initially occurred in a group of people with pneumonia who'd been associated with a seafood and live animal market in the city of Wuhan. The disease has since spread from those who were sick to others, including family members and healthcare staff. There are many cases at present, and the disease has spread within China and also to a number of other countries. So, where did the virus come from? It's known that coronaviruses circulate in a range of animals. Sometimes these viruses can make the jump from animals to humans. This is called a spillover, and could be due to a range of factors, such as mutations in the virus or increased contact between humans and animals. For example, MERS-CoV is known to be transmitted from camels and SARS-CoV from civet cats. The animal reservoir of the 2019 novel coronavirus is not known yet. How is it transmitted? The exact dynamics of how the virus is transmitted is yet to be determined. In general, respiratory viruses are usually transmitted through droplets created when an infected person coughs or sneezes, or through something that has been contaminated with the virus. People most at risk of infection from the novel coronavirus are those in close contact with animals, such as live animal market workers, and those who are caring for people infected with the virus, such as family members or healthcare workers. So, how does the disease present? Well, from what is known so far, there can be a number of symptoms ranging from mild to severe. There can be fever and respiratory symptoms such as cough and shortness of breath. In more severe cases, there's been pneumonia, kidney failure, and death. The mortality rate is not known yet. How can we tell whether someone is infected? The infection can be diagnosed by a test called PCR, or polymerase chain reaction. This test identifies the virus based on its genetic fingerprint. There's currently no specific medication for the virus, and treatment is supportive care. There's currently no vaccine to protect against the virus. Treatment and vaccines are in development. How do we prevent transmission of the virus? This new virus currently has a limited geographic spread. However, there are a number of standard hygiene practices that have been recommended to protect against infection and further spread. These include covering your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing with a medical mask, tissue, or flexed elbow, avoiding close contact with those who are unwell, the appropriate use of masks and personal protective equipment, especially in a healthcare setting. Washing hands regularly with soap and water or alcohol-based hand rub. Actions that can be taken to prevent infection from an animal source include avoiding unnecessary unprotected contact with animals, washing hands after contact with animals or animal products, and ensuring that animal products are cooked thoroughly before they're consumed. It's important to stay home if you're feeling unwell, but if you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early and share your previous travel history with your healthcare provider. That's a quick look at this emerging infectious disease. Given that this outbreak is evolving rapidly, what's known about this virus can change. Please check the websites below for the most up-to-date information.
If I be a father, where is my honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord of hosts unto you.
Hallelujah. Hear the word of Yahuwah Elohim. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. If you see what so we be at Obuasio. If you see him, they do Nara, where will I do what? As I say, I just see what will so we be at Obuasi, better from. If you see him, they do Nara, where will I do what? When this I got in a suro director, now housewife got the woman and master, then someone from his young Pupoma, a very many dear. Sakatira Suro director, now housewife got the woman and master, then someone from his young Pupoma, a very many dear. I've ever did to a fair day, I was some kind of so I can't break a fair day and time for an awesome. Samusi wanya kuponi wa afedia usone wakakra musisa demo mumpye mrabanti sese ana mumeka mabusu samuno ai Samusi wanya kuponi wa afedia shakine wakakra musisa demo mumrabanti sese ana mumeka mabusu samuno ai Ajali mi Mufra misanya kupoma afedia manidie wa Ebirina turusui Akoma kasi abasa sesu na nyabia nikobo mama radi azamuti emukom Ebirina turusui China fosori awasi Buddha India fosori awasi Hindu Afeta bani na nduru mumfere mabusu muhuhunwe India fosori awasi Hindu Na China fosori awasi Buddha Afeta bani na panu umfere mabusu muhuhunwe Afa ozofu wa mundi kasi ya mwinyadi yetu muhuno Afa konfu wa mutiti bisu wa mujamanu umuno She coronavirus na bano Mungope solution mle vyasi njina Na ye unu se You are so powerful Afa ozofu wa mundi domu tumu Musamu na muwa dom bebere wo maimuno Umpiye mera banti Wamera meya soli na yenje Coronavirus inti Ememe njina yemma Coronavirus inti Azafu njina yekom Ego mugasi ya bibaza zisu Nanyedi anikomu Eradi asamu kom Biri nadro Nyame mamu mampayo the flower here. Party the flower the flower. Hey, I can see an abano. Yeah, Union Pana Usono. Everybody I can watch it. A man in a Everybody can say, in the woman, we are singing and we saw your young Ponti Musono. Samojan and Imonamda. Sajanimio, Najanimia, Najanimia, Mufram is a young Poma. I'm very many dear, I'm very many dear, Ibolaba, Manyano Wadro, Ave coronavirus, Nambano, Christopher Jim Bible. But Ezaba, Yano Wadro, Ibolaba, Yano Wadro, Ave coronavirus, Nambano, Christopher Jim Bible. Abuana Gubanu, Masam, Namudivia, Saint Chanian, Namunamuze. Mubafamu Wediana, and this a Janimia. Mufram is a young Kupoma, a very many dear. Who's a young Kupons and anyone? I'm very many dear.
The virus that causes coronavirus disease is spreading in some of our communities. This disease, also known as COVID-19, is thought to spread mainly from person to person through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes. These droplets can spread to the mouth, nose, or hands of people who are nearby or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. Take steps to lower your risk of getting sick. Here are some things you should do. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. You can also use hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Take extra measures to put distance between yourself and others. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Stay home if you're sick, except to get medical care. If you have severe symptoms, please call 911. Cover coughs and sneezes with a tissue or the inside of your elbow. Only wear a face mask if you're sick and around other people, or if you need to take care of someone who is sick. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces. Older adults and people who have severe chronic medical conditions like heart or lung disease or diabetes are at higher risk for more serious illness from COVID-19. This group should consult with their healthcare provider about additional steps to stay protected. For more information on COVID-19, please visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Let's work together to protect ourselves, our families, and our communities.
How is your spirit in the morning like? Everybody wakes up early in the morning to feel that the spirit is really working hard. This is where everyone needs the spirit in the morning. This is spirit in the morning. So this program comes in the way this and every morning between the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Spirit Filled TV. It is an online TV on your Facebook and YouTube. So make sure that you share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We come in a way every day with the Spirit in the morning. Talk of the birthday wishes, the social discussions, entertainment, and then the news today. You love it. So be my guest from Monday to Friday so that we dissect into the social issue that confronts others. My name once again is Obibini Abranti. God bless you. How is your spirit in the morning like? Everybody wakes up early in the morning to feel that the spirit is really working hard. This is where everyone needs the spirit in the morning. This is spirit in the morning. So this program comes in a way this and every morning between the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Spirit Filled TV. It is an online TV on your Facebook and YouTube. So make sure that you share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We come in a way every day with the Spirit in the morning. Talk of the birthday wishes, the social discussions, entertainment, and then the news today. You love it. So be my guest from Monday to Friday so that we dissect into the social issue that confronts others. My name once again is Obibini Abranti. God bless you.
The pictures from Italy are just devastating. Exhausted medical teams, not enough ventilators for those who need them, and convoys of trucks taking coffins to cemeteries. So what is life like in an extended lockdown that's meant to stop all of that? And are there any lessons that we can learn here in Australia?
Asem kese abawi ase abakose mu no. Hwe yi na wonfa mu anhwere won kwa. Coronavirus ho asem a ye kan asa agudi no. Ewo ho. It's real. Bo ho ban. Asem kese na besha da samakone. Yade ye bodin ya fadi ya bro. Coronavirus say you wodin. Yase nipa se senchanchama. Yere tem se pebereja. Atuwa ye hano gana fwe. Entity ye koko bampa ni fuoni ya pomudin chere manediso. Enya wuhu waje mane nkofere dom na saa ya diye tumikuma bayifo mpo. Ohoro wansa faseme na ye. Campaign dudu wabetumi dakurubi ya hand sanitizer bengu webebo wawo. Fafifa wansa huwa bere nyina. Baby bifa famu wano ni wuhine. Wabere wukofere ni padomono. Found Sankaka when he minute to Robera when in a Montenesono. When will be a what the penny when you win a good democrat. So when you will be ancha wapomudin, no chanabesiano, no watch any adiano. I hope I'm back at the end when here. Protective items, they here say I. Be an audio to Ray, not to do a won't send a very bonimo. Sakobasa chapura fache. Uwasika tutobi mahia fuo Wakwasi ya neseye demi yon Uwenye ne uma eka uwa wana ubesiye won Ekwa nanti hunu biyae Bibiye hiya uwa minu ya sedem Se uhu wobi na ita se wuchi ya nuwa Paweni ye chichireno na ko ubebi wae Eni yere ni hina wiye no Ya di valentine ya wiye ka quarantine Oduma kuma body nyame gusu kasa chere wiase nyina die nya so coronavirus yariwa na wahwe wonkwa wo mu coronavirus nyawe bekuwa oh by says yana wamu. This deadly coronavirus is real. Be careful it doesn't sweep you away out of negligence. Wonso chenka boy na ji ofoforo bi nkwa. May the Lord keep us all. Afei se wo se wo bo wato aso. Fever anasa wo hometia ene entempa for Ghana Health Service emergency short code no 112 anasa kwa yaresa bi antem na wo moa wo.
If I be a father, where is my honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord of hosts unto you.
Hallelujah! Hear the word of Yahuwah Elohim. I'm on fire! I'm on fire! If you see what so we be at Obuasio. If you see him at the Dudonina, where will I do what? As I say, I just see what will so we be at Obuasi, better from. If you see him at the Dudonina, where will I do what? When this I got in a suro director, now how I got the woman and master, then someone from his young Pupona, a very many dear. Sakatira suro director, now husband got the woman and master, and someone from his young Pupona, a very many dear. I've ever did a fair was some kind of so we can break a fair and for us already. Some was your young Puponi, a fair was on the Wakaka, Mrs. Adam, Mumpia Rabantis, they say, and I'm Mumaka Busu, Samurai. Samusi wanyangu boni wa afedio shakine wakakra moshe damu mumra bonti sesia na mumeka mabusu samunwai ajali miyo mumra misenya kupoma afei manidie wa hini ajali miyo mumra misenya kupoma afei manidie wa hini. Ebirina turusui akoma kasi abasa sesu na nyadya rekobo mama radia zamuti emukom ebirina turusui China fosori awasi Buddha India fosori awasi Hindu afe dabani na duru mu mfere mabusu mu huhunwe India fosori awasi Hindu na China fosori awasi Buddha afe dabani na banu umfere mabusu muwonwe afa zofu amude kasi amunya de atumu no afa konfu amutiti bisu amudamanu muno she coronavirus na banu mungo be solution mre wiase nyina na yewunu se you are so powerful afa zofu amude domutumu musamu na muodom bebere wo maimuno umpiye mera pantie womera me ya soli na yenje coronavirus nti ememe nyina yemma coronavirus nti asafu nyina yekom agoma kasi ya bibaza zisu nanye diane komo ewradi asamu kom mebiri na duo nyame mamu mampayo for our here. But in the answer of the for more. Hey, I guess Erade age kan ho ate amanyina yekum Erade age kan ho ase kini ho amawiase nyina wo so yo nyankopon ti mu so no Amoshana ni mo nyamda Sajani mi yo Najani mi ya Najani mi yo Najani mi ya Mufra mi se nyankopon Afe mani die wa nyinya Najani mi yo Najani mi yo Najani mi ya Mufra mi se nyankopon Afe mani die wa nyinya Saba manyano wadro Ibola ba manyano wadro Afe coronavirus namba no wa Kristo fa jimba ibo Pate Saba yanyano wadro Ibola ba yanyano wadro Afe coronavirus namba no wa Kristo fa jimba ibongoa Abu onyangu panu masam namudi vyasinche chenya Ntai namu zuzuze Umbefa muwediara Endi za janimia Mufra misa nyangu poma Afe imeni diewa Uzura nyangu poma Janani monyam
Alright, so we all come back to Spirit in the morning. And just gone by was is a song from the Great Ampon. Yes. You know, the Christian Council is organizing 3-day national prayer and fasting. And so we'll be having a talk on that. But before then, as I promised you earlier, that we'll be having the special aid to the MCE in Sunyane West, as well as the president of Fiepre Youth Association here in the Bono region. And glory be to God, yes, He has made it. We are about to talk about how we can best put measures in place so that we will be able to educate the populate here in Fiepre. So I'm blessed to have Nathaniel Sefa Boache. I don't know if I should add honorable to it. Yes, Nathaniel. You know, politicians, you don't joke by their titles. It's really very important to them. Now, before I do, please make sure that you be part of the dialogue between Nathaniel Sefa Boache and myself. So you leave a comment, and we will find time to read those comments. Already have asked you a question about today's morning show. The question was very simple. How do you score government of Ghana in the fight of COVID-19? So I need your comments. Leave your comment there. How do you score the government of Ghana in the fight of COVID-19? Others are scoring 80%, 90%. Others are also scoring as low as 10%. I don't know if that, I don't know how you'll be explaining that anyway. Right, so how do you think the government of Ghana is tackling the issue of COVID-19? Leave a comment there, and I'll be reading your comment pretty soon. So let me go to studio 2 so that I can speak to Sir Nats. Yes, Sir Nathaniel Sefa Boache. You're welcome to Spiritful TV. All right, so I want to use Sir Nats. That is the name that everyone knows. And so his real name is Nathaniel Sefa Boache, a.k.a. Sir Nat. So, Sir Nat, he's also the president for Fiepre Youth Association. So let's have some little dialogue on Fiepre Youth Association. Good. So you're welcome again to Spiritful TV.
All right, thank you very much.
Now how is Fiepre Youth Association doing in terms of your activities and your vision?
Okay, in the first place, I'll say a very good morning to your cherished viewers.
Right.
And I think those who are also listening to us to greet them this morning. Talking of Fiepre Youth Association, I think you've been working with us for some time now.
Yeah, sure.
And for the Youth Association, our work is to empower the young people in the town. it's very difficult to come by opportunities when you are very young. And even at the time that you don't know anybody to go to. You know, this part of the world too. It is whom you know.
Okay.
Yes, whom you know. It's not what you know.
What you know.
So if you have first class after school and you don't know anybody, it looks like you are not going anywhere, and you find yourself very wanting. So FYA, as we all know, Fair Play Association was established to find opportunities, give the young people the room to also find themselves different or diverse opportunities so that they can just do something for themselves.
So, yes, that is very fantastic. So, how far have you gone with this vision? Have you been able to push some youth to where you wish they should be?
Oh, for now, I would say so far, so very good. Okay. Like, if my guess is right, I would say that we've helped more than, can we even number?
Well, that is the marvelous.
Yes.
If you cannot number, then which means that
yes, you've helped a lot of people. Okay. And I think yesterday was my birthday too, and you can attest to the fact that people were all over saying all sort of things.
Your birthday wishes were flooded all over on the social media. Yes, and that was a very great move. Yeah. So talking of securing jobs for the youth, can you name some sectors specifically where you've been able to place these youths?
We have some of our people at Ghana Education Service. Okay. We have some people who have even traveled abroad. Okay. We have some at the Ghana Health Service. Right. We have some at the prison service, police service, Ghana Army, local government service, and I think they are all over.
They are all over.
Yes.
Right. So, with this, do you have, should I say, someone who is really pushing you, able to achieve your aim? Do you have somebody backing you? The authorities.
Yes. Yes, I would say we have a lot of big men. Okay. Big men. Being the brains behind what we are doing. Okay. And I would say a very big thank you to the MC in the first place. The MC, okay. Honorable Martin Obin, MC for Sunyani.
Very good morning to you, Honorable Martin Obin. We having what we call exclusive with Honorable Martin Obin pretty soon. I can't predict the date, but you'll be speaking to him. That segment, we call it exclusive. Very good. So we'll be moving straight to his office, and then you will speak to him. Yes, and I know now that we're able to grab his special aid, but obviously you get access to him.
Alright, so
yeah.
Honorable Martin Obin has been very supportive. Okay. And the chief, the owner of the land, Dr. Fiapri, of Rimpon, Professor Chem Amponsa II. Yes. He has been very supportive from day one. And he has been also giving us, that's the source of our intrinsic motivation, the work that we are doing. If you don't have big people supporting you, in fact, you will not go nowhere. So they are support of Rimpon, together with the Nananum of Fiapri Traditional Authority. We have Mr. Mubarak, we have Chen Chen, who has been one of our patrons. We have some big men in government, both NDC and MPP. Yes, even though FYA don't do politics.
So FYA is a non-partisan association, right?
Yes, so we solicit for support from everywhere.
Okay, that is great.
But once we get some from MPP, we also have to make sure that NDC is also supporting us. Not for other people, so to tag us that we belong to MPP or NDC.
Yes,
so
I was coming to that.
God being so good, when we go to them, they also give out their best. Yes.
Right. So that is so great. It's very, very great. Good. So let me. I will come back to him once again and ask. But your comments are more than important here. I'm speaking to the special aide to MC for Sunyara West's Municipal Assembly. Yes, and also the president for Fiapri Youth Association here in Fiapri. And so if he is the president for Fiapri Youth, which means he is spearheading the youths and the whole of Fiapri, which means that he is a very big person. Yes. if you're able to move the youth, I think that's all. So let me come back to him and ask him about COVID-19 issue. I want to put this to you. Now, we are asking our viewers to score the government of Ghana in the fight of COVID-19. I want to. How would you rate the government of Ghana now? If first mention a percentage that you defend or buttress your point with the percentage that you have mentioned.
All right, so I'll say that the government of Ghana cannot, led by the president, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. Yes, exactly. Yes, he can't be perfect, because, but I'll score him 90%.
Really?
Yes, 90%.
Wow, he is scoring him 90%.
Yes.
What
90%.
about you?
Yes,
some of the messages that I have received, some are scoring as low as 10%.
Yes.
Please, when you put on the percentage number, make sure you support or you write something.
Buttress with facts.
Yes, with facts. Explain. So please, you to buttress your point with facts.
All right. So,
and if possible, figures.
A lot of facts. It's obvious.
Okay.
You are looking at, not talking from the political perspective.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm talking as a Ghanaian. I don't know how viewers will take it.
Yeah.
But
based on the explanation.
Yes.
You see whether you are talking.
But they shouldn't take it that. They shouldn't take it that way. They should take it as a fact that I'm giving out to them.
Right.
We are looking at the measures. I think we had our 7th update.
Yeah, sure.
Just last Sunday rather, last Sunday. And from day one, from update 1, it has paved a certain way. It looks like Ghana is the pace setter for the other African countries. And we give measures for other African countries so to copy. And even some people are using it as a call to tap in some of the things that we do in here. So talking of the day one of the update, and now giving out some measures as to how the novel coronavirus works, and how we as Ghanaians should also prevent or keep ourselves in a safe space in order for us not to contract the disease or the virus. Okay. And two, I think along the two and others came in to lock down the country, which will receive a lot of applause from all over the world. Ending at update 7, lifting up the band. Okay. The band, I think the band is very pertinent. Like people were suffering, the lockdown. Yes, it was very, very fantastic. And I think one Nigerian.
Do you think that lifting the lockdown in Greater Kumasi and Greater Accra and somewhere in Kaswa is of good for Ghana, because these are, should I say, the hotspot area that the COVID-19 is really striking. So if one would say, if they have lifted, or if the president has lifted the lockdown, would there be increase in spread in these areas?
At first, I think the lockdown was put in place just to know how the virus works or spread in the country. Okay. Once people are moving here and there, you won't be able to trace how the virus works. Okay. So from the doctors that I know, they said you have to study the virus, how it works, before you know how to also attack it. Okay. So first of all, you should lock down, restrict some places in the country to restrict movements of people, in order for doctors or medical officers to trace and work on how the virus works.
And you think the lockdown? Yes,
so the lockdown was initiated or implemented for the medical officers. I think they requested for it. Yeah. Ghana Medical Association, they requested for the lockdown. Else Ghana will face a very big problem in the country. So they requested and they gave explanations, or they buttressed their fact and the point why they want the government to lock down some areas in the country. Right. So after tracing, I think last 2 weeks, Legon virology department came out with how they see the virus to work. Yeah. So after that, I think they gave their their findings to the president that this is how the virus works, and they think tackling it from this way it will help us. So looking at comparing the number of death cases we are recording, the number of the test cases, and the recovery rate is very encouraging. So if you are in the country, you see that if in case, unfortunately, you contract the disease, looking at the way the medical officers are working, you can come out of this mayhem. So I think Nanado and his implementations and how he's tackling this whole issue is marvelous.
Others are saying that Nana is talking too much when it comes to the fight of this COVID-19. As a president, you should just call, say, your ministers in charge, speak to them, and then, should I say, they put things in place. But all the time, he wants to come on TV, speak to Ghanaians. So people are even terming him as talkative president. How do you make of that?
Tagging him as talkative president is uncalled for. It's uncalled for because Nigerians are even requesting for their president to come and talk to them.
Sure, okay.
People are eager, wanting to know what is going on. Sure. Because we all don't know where this whole COVID-19 whatever is from. And nerves has been calmed down due to the updates and the advice the experts are giving. So had it not been he coming out to educate us on how his government, together with the Ghana Health Service and Ghana Medical Association, are dealing with this whole issue, we would have been living in fear.
Someone will say there's Ministry of Information where they are in charge of disseminating information to the citizenry. So you, the president, yes, you have to give us the address and that, but the sole responsibility of this ministry, that's Ministry of Information, is to inform. So don't you think that the Ministry of Information or the president is taking the work of Ministry of Information or the information minister? I think he's on. I think he always briefs the press twice or thrice a week. Don't you think it's enough?
Right?
Yes, Ministry of Information. Don't you think that is enough? And still the president coming to address us on the various TV stations.
My brother, let's look at it from this angle.
Okay.
Yes. The president, let's ask ourselves, what does the Ministry of Information talk about? Okay. What do they talk about? They talk about what the president comes out to give out to the people. Like the president addresses the nation, and the Ministry of Information, together with some departments, explain it vividly. Because the president's address doesn't take more than an hour. And the Ministry of Information is entitled to also decode
what the
president
has said.
Okay. Well, the last time we had an issue with, I'm a geographer.
Okay.
We had an issue with Greater Accra, Greater Kumasi.
Sure.
It takes only a geographer to understand that particular thing. Greater Kumasi. And a whole lot of brouhaha. That the president...
Yes, a lot did I understand. Myself, I think I have to do research
more
before I understand that Greater Kumasi. And even still, I think there should be some public education on the Greater Kumasi because it's new to us. What we know is Greater Accra. And the president came out.
But you know that we have Greater Sunyani too.
Hey.
we have Greater Sunyani.
He's coming out with...
Yes, we have Greater Sunyani, we have Greater Fiapri.
Really?
Yes. Talking of a town and its major parts.
Okay.
That's the greater part of it. It doesn't talk about the whole place. But one big town or the capital town plus some selected areas within that vicinity.
So
that's the greater part of it. So but not all the area. Do you know that we have Accra within Greater Accra?
Yes.
But do you know that we have Accra? There's a certain place, an area called Accra.
Accra. I know that.
So Greater Accra.
Okay.
So Accra itself and the greater part of it.
So you want to mean that if there's a town and that very town has subsets or
subsets.
Should I say
yes?
Little children town.
Yes.
And at that town,
suburbs. Yes.
And at that town, which means that very mother of those little children.
Mother town.
Yes, it should be called greater.
The town specifically is not called a greater.
Okay.
But the town and its
surrounding
environs. Okay. I mean the big towns. So Sunyani itself, Abisim, Fiepri, Odomase. Not to talk of those Atronis and the Kotokrums is not part of it. But talking of Sunyani and its big towns. So he used a certain word, contiguous areas. So the big areas. So that's the greater part of it. He doesn't talk. So that's why he didn't talk about. At first, when I read the KMA report, I think that was 2014 or so. Okay. The greater Kumasi had 8 or 6, I think six towns. Okay. But now we have more than 12 towns forming the greater Kumasi. Okay. So it doesn't talking of the greater Kumasi. It doesn't talk about those small towns, Adwatu and those places. No. Okay. Yes, it talks about the big towns, supporting Kumasi.
So you are saying that the Minister of Information decodes
what the president comes out with. Yes. And the other time, I think there was an issue with whether or not chop bars are to operate.
And I think nightclubs.
Nightclubs and restaurants. Yeah. And he came out to explain it to them that the president said restaurants can operate, but they are not to allow people to sit there.
To be crowded.
But yes, they can do deliveries. So you request and they bring it to you. If only the restaurant can do that, then it's okay. They are good to go. So there are a whole lot of instances why on how the president addresses and Ministry of Information also buttress or explain it vividly to the people.
So you think the president is not talkative and he's doing his
work?
No,
that's his work.
Okay.
Watching BBC and CNN, in every 1 hour, the presidency of America, talking of America, another place, they are briefing their people. And even not even the president only. I've been watching Quainoo, New York governor, and other people, they've been briefing their people every time as to how this virus is working. Because it's virus that we're talking about. Sure. It operates within a vicinity and it changes its form. Anytime.
Right, so thank you. I have been speaking to the special aide for the MCE for Sunyani West municipality, and also doubles as the president for Fiepre Youth Association. Is the person of Nathaniel Sifa Boache, aka Say Nat. Now, Say Nat, you will come back to Fiepre, but I want your view on this now. Christian Council are saying that if the lockdown is lifted by the president, they should also allow churches to operate, but just that there should be supervision. So let's say, for example, if you come to Zoe Outreach here, there should be in shifts. The number shouldn't exceed 25, and also they should observe social distancing. This is what the Christian Council are saying. What is your take on that?
I think it's very laudable.
Okay.
Looking at it in a way that if the churches will just go by what they are saying. Okay. Because let's ask ourselves in the first place that these churches are they found under one umbrella? One umbrella. And should we take it as when the Christian Council talks, we have the smaller churches who also listen and go by those measures being put in place. Yeah. So if the talks, we take it, and the smaller churches who claim to be big doesn't follow, it means we are going nowhere. So once they are talking or just putting these requests before the government, they also have to make sure that the other small churches.
Before you continue, when we say smaller churches, what?
I think we have the big churches too. I think Zuri.
So you mean the Pentecost, the Methodist,
Presby's, yes, they are big churches.
We have them under big churches. And then,
the category.
And then should I say what is
Assemblies of God?
Assemblies of God.
Those we have the known churches.
Yes, yes.
And we have the other churches too who claim not to be under the Christian Council. Okay. They are there. Okay. They are churches, but they don't fall under the Christian, and it doesn't go by whatever the Christian Council will say.
Will you advise the government that even if he buys the idea of the Christian Council, they should allow only churches that are under Christian Council to operate?
They should meet them. They should meet all the leaders and put it out that if you fail to go by the rules and the measures being put in place, you have to close down your church.
Right.
Regardless of your form, how big you are, you will close your church.
Right.
And we will have people around them, the MMDCs, the security, the MISEC, the RESEC, and the DISEC should make sure that these things are being observed by the churches.
Properly. Right. Talking about observation of the measures put in place in Ghana, let's come back to Fiepri.
Okay.
Yes. Yesterday we had the assembly member for
Bofrase
electoral area, Honorable Kubu. Yes, and he established that, in fact, social distancing is not properly observed here in Fiepri. That is one. So, and he also complained that, in fact, the MP for Sunyane West came to distribute some face mask to some people in his electoral area. But it seems they are not putting it on, which means that the enforcement is low. Now that you are here, and you being the president of the youth in Fiepri, what are some of the measures you've put in place to make sure that what the president has said, putting the face mask? Yesterday, it was in the news that Kumasi, Greater Kumasi, they have started the enforcement. Yes, let me choose my words correctly. They have started with the enforcement. So when they meet you without the face mask, they ask you why you don't have it. Yes, those questions. So what are some of the measures put in place so that you be able to make sure the people living in Fiepri will also adhere to the measures put in place by the president?
With regards to that, I will say a very big thank you to the health team of Fiepri Youth Association.
Right, so Fiepri Youth Association, you have established...
We have a health team.
Health team.
Yes, and we've been working in hand with the Fiepri Health Center.
Okay.
With our leader being Kingsford Tachi.
Tachi.
Yes, Kimbo, who works at the Fiepri Health Center.
Yeah, I think when we went out, we spoke to him.
We spoke to Kingsford, sure.
Kingsford.
Yes, so he's a very hard worker.
He even promised to be on our show.
That is it.
Probably tomorrow, that's on Friday.
Okay, okay.
So, Kingsford, if you are watching
Kingsford Tachi, yes. He's a very hard-working young man.
Yeah.
And we have our team, we have Manuel, we have the other guys too who are out there doing a very fantastic work. And I'll commend them on this August Noble station.
Okay.
Uba, I think just sharing.
Let me
clear this one.
Let me clear this one.
The
Uba is, should I say, is a company name.
It's a company name.
Where I am the director, so he knows me about that. My name is Obibinia Brandt. So in his presentation, if you hear Oba,
yes.
that is what it means.
Obibini, yes, Obibini. All right, so Obibinia Brandt here.
Oh, sure. now that the air is cleared, you can still go by
Oba, yes. That's what we know. So
that's what we know, okay.
Yeah, so I think giving out face masks without education, I follow them closely.
Okay.
Therefore, we did education.
All right.
On how people should just protect themselves in order not to contract the novel coronavirus disease. We did a lot of it. I think we used 1 full week for that exercise.
Okay.
And following closely what our honorable MP and his people.
How was it done?
Yes, it was just shared. It was just given to them.
I mean, your education. Did you?
We went to the house to house with our team. We divided ourselves into 5 groups of young people, health officers, and we educated them. We gave them soaps and others.
Wow.
As to how they have to wash their hands frequently. and also go by their daily activities not to contract the disease. So the cases, giving out face masks without adding any other thing to it is much ado about nothing. How would somebody take face mask and put it down? You have yours. It's on. Why? What is the intrinsic motivation behind you wearing a face mask? Because you know what it is doing for you.
Sure.
So definitely you have to wear it. I told you that I forgot to bring mine.
Yes,
But I know how important it is to put it on. Most of our market women doesn't know what the face mask is doing positively. They only know that because wearing it is also a difficult job.
Seriously, I'm
I guess
you can see the way I'm struggling with this.
Exhaling back what you inhale.
Yes.
Like taking it in what you just brought out is very difficult. So I think the education was very low. In a brief, I would say that they should help and also do more education on it. They should tell them that indeed we give it out to them for them to put it on. It's not
when you say they, who are those?
I think the face mask, as Honorable Kobo said, was given out by a team of our Honorable MPs. I don't know.
So that team failed to
So the
educate.
team should do more of education. I saw them and they were just giving out without anything. So they should work with the health persons, do more education on it. Yes, we have the washable ones. Talking of the face mask, they can just use it after 3 days or some days. Wash it.
24 hours.
24. Yes. And even wearing the face mask, some of what you are using after 24 hours, if it's not washable, you have to
This one you have to dispose it.
throw it. So let's ask them what type of face mask did they give them.
Right. So you being the president of the Youth Association in Fiepri. So right now that the team, that is the said team, those who distributed the face mask, failed to do the right thing. What are you, the president, intend doing in order to help Fiepri so that they can observe or put on the face mask?
Oh, but the fight is on. We are still on the fight. And FYA is still working. We are working with our I think, how should I put it? Our partners, very good. We are working with them. Because once coronavirus is with us, we can't sleep. So we are working. So I think if they call on us, we will come and support them. But if they are also doing it, we are also doing it from our angle. And I think we will all help. But it's very unfortunate that they didn't add education to it. We can't do it all. But next time when sharing, they should at least add some. But we also try and talk to the people. Because we've been doing information center education on coronavirus. So I think come Saturday, Sunday too, we have this same discussion and program on the information center. So I think we are doing a lot.
Now, I think you have already mentioned that you, FYA, you have the medical team, the COVID-19 medical team to supporting education. So if now, let's say, the face mask distributors from the MP, if the team come to you to solicit for your help or your assistance that you want to do education and that we should match so that we do the education together, will you accept that?
We are working for God and country. And definitely we have no option than to accept it and work with them. So once they call on us, we just come out relentlessly to help them.
Right. So let's talk about social distancing in Fiepri. How do you make of that?
Social distancing. I think we are observing it, and our issues are with the crowded areas. I think one of the crowded areas is the churches, and the churches are no more working. Left with I think the market areas too. And aside that, I don't think we have such
So
crowded
with regards to the
areas.
market, because with regards to Sunyane, I think there have been some demarcation. Should I use the word? The information separated. So right now, the Sunyane and Nambosuma market is no more there. I've already informed you about it. If you want to buy annual, you want to buy for you to go back.
Yes.
right now, the only part of now, if you want to buy, what is it? If you want to buy sandals and that, you go to Chinamanko Senior Technical School. Yes. That's where you can get some supplies. Now, Jubilee Park, too, you can hand clothing. So here in PFA, how are you, or do you have a plan of helping the market women to observe social distance?
Yes, taking into consideration how crowded the place is. And we've been going there to check on it. PFA market is one of the spacious markets in the region. I think so. I think we are looking at it closely. And once the need arises, we have to also make an arrangement for a place in case we are moving them. You will know that this place is also a very conducive place for such practice. So I think for now, how I see the market, it's very spacious, very, very spacious. But we also have to take things into consideration. If the need arises for us to do some exercise or some spacing or social distancing activity there, I think we will do it. But we have to first know where we are moving them to. So I think if Presby School, if Roman School, I think the other places, other spacious places, I think we are also taking all into consideration.
Right.
We are working hand in hand with, I think right now FYA is been reporting and giving updates to the chief. He's not around. So we are working, we are just looking at certain places and how we are exposed to the virus. So if we see anything or hear anything which is very dangerous or perilous in contracting the disease, we just prompt our chief. That this is what we are speculating, that if things are not done well, something bad will happen to us. So we've been updating him on it, and I think if the need arises for us to do anything of that sort, he will assist with the district or municipal assembly for us to have a very fruitful exercise.
All right. So I have been speaking to Nathaniel Sifa Mwachi, who happens to be the special aide for the MC for Sunyani West Municipality, and he also doubles as the president for Fiepre Youth Association here in Fiepre. I think he has given us a lot of education and a lot of insight how they are going to make sure that the social distancing, also enforcing the wearing of the facial mask will be put in place. We are thankful. And so I'll be reading your messages, but right after this we'll be going for the public health education on COVID-19. And so let me go back to him so that he gives his last words. Then we bring the curtains down for today's segment on the discussion. I hope you're enjoying it. And my producers are writing the comments. After this, I'll be reading the comments to you. He has scored the government 90%. And what is you to your score? It's very important to us. My name is Olivia Brandt here, and Mr. Sifa is here. We are wrapping up.
Sure.
Yes. So your last words to our viewers out there.
All right. So, Oba, thanks once again. I think for a fact, coronavirus, when falls on the flu, lasts for more than 7 hours before it dies. So, assuming falling on a bare skin, it will cause you a lot of harm. So, we were all advised that our colleagues, our brothers and sisters, Ghanaians, should take a very critical look at coronavirus because it's doing more harm. It's only in Ghana that we are not feeling the danger of it or how wicked this virus is. But when you have the opportunity to watch CNN and BBCs, you see that, in fact, it is doing more harm to people out there. So firstly, let's do well and practice the regular hand washing activity, and also cover our mouth with a face or nose mask, and also do well, practice very. I don't know how to practice good personal hygiene.
Hygiene is very important.
Yes, because cleanliness, they say, is next to godliness. So you have to be very, very hygienic. Yes, so that you don't contract the virus. So, lastly, avoid handshake also. We've been handshaking people unnecessarily.
Very
yes, everywhere you go. And even at this point that we are even, I think I've been laughing with this. We all know that we are dying before 31st June. Say by June, and people are still shaking, meaning they don't fear dying before June.
Yeah, sure.
So it's very interesting. So we have to make sure we avoid all these things and practice the food measures in order for us to.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was Sir Nathaniel. I wanted to ask, why do you bear the title Sir? Just in 1 minute. Can you tell us, do you stand before children to teach?
I'm a professional teacher.
Oh, really?
I thought that I started teaching at Melody Preparatory School.
Oh, okay.
I went to University of Education, Winneba.
All right.
I started teaching practice, national service at Chinamamfu Senior High School.
Okay.
And I climaxed my teaching activity at Prekum Senior High School.
Oh, okay.
So the Sir has been all over. Sir.
So are you now GS?
I'm a staff.
You're a staff.
But just that I'm not in the classroom.
Yeah,
I'm on secondment.
Secondment. That is the word.
So I think, yes, I think if I want to go back to teaching anytime, I'll just reapply and they will get me posted.
Okay. So for now, it sounds that he is the special aide for the MCE here in the Sunyani West Municipality. And that is it. Thank you so much for being with us. So that's a Spirit in the Morning. My name is Obibini. Up next is Public Health on COVID-19. Stay tuned.
The virus that causes coronavirus disease is spreading in some of our communities. This disease, also known as COVID-19, is thought to spread mainly from person to person through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes. These droplets can spread to the mouth, nose, or hands of people who are nearby or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. Take steps to lower your risk of getting sick. Here are some things you should do. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. You can also use hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Take extra measures to put distance between yourself and others. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Stay home if you're sick, except to get medical care. If you have severe symptoms, please call 911. Cover coughs and sneezes with a tissue or the inside of your elbow. Only wear a face mask if you're sick and around other people, or if you need to take care of someone who is sick. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces. Older adults and people who have severe chronic medical conditions like heart or lung disease or diabetes are at higher risk for more serious illness from COVID-19. This group should consult with their healthcare provider about additional steps to stay protected. For more information on COVID-19, please visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Let's work together to protect ourselves, our families, and our communities.
In December 2019, there was a cluster of pneumonia cases in China. Investigations found that it was caused by a previously unknown virus, now named the 2019 novel coronavirus. In this video, we'll take a quick look at what's currently known about the virus. Keep in mind that this is a new virus, and what's known about the virus now might change in the future. Coronaviruses are a large group of viruses. They consist of a core of genetic material surrounded by an envelope with protein spikes. This gives it the appearance of a crown. Crown in Latin is called corona, and that's how these viruses get their name. There are different types of coronaviruses that cause respiratory and sometimes gastrointestinal symptoms. Respiratory disease can range from the common cold to pneumonia, and in most people, the symptoms tend to be mild. However, there are some types of coronaviruses that can cause severe disease. These include the severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus, first identified in China in 2003, and the Middle East respiratory syndrome coronavirus that was first identified in Saudi Arabia in 2012. The 2019 novel coronavirus was first identified in China. It initially occurred in a group of people with pneumonia who'd been associated with a seafood and live animal market in the city of Wuhan. The disease has since spread from those who were sick to others, including family members and healthcare staff. There are many cases at present, and the disease has spread within China and also to a number of other countries. So, where did the virus come from? It's known that coronaviruses circulate in a range of animals. Sometimes these viruses can make the jump from animals to humans. This is called a spillover and could be due to a range of factors such as mutations in the virus or increased contact between humans and animals. For example, MERS-CoV is known to be transmitted from camels and SARS-CoV from civet cats. The animal reservoir of the 2019 novel coronavirus is not known yet. How is it transmitted? The exact dynamics of how the virus is transmitted is yet to be determined. In general, respiratory viruses are usually transmitted through droplets created when an infected person coughs or sneezes, or through something that has been contaminated with the virus. People most at risk of infection from the novel coronavirus are those in close contact with animals, such as live animal market workers, and those who are caring for people infected with the virus, such as family members or healthcare workers. So, how does the disease present? Well, from what is known so far, there can be a number of symptoms ranging from mild to severe. There can be fever and respiratory symptoms such as cough and shortness of breath. In more severe cases, there's been pneumonia, kidney failure, and death. The mortality rate is not known yet. How can we tell whether...
All right, so you're welcome back to Spirit-Filled TV, and this is Spirit in the Morning. And now it's time for us to have some public education on COVID-19. And still, your comments are very important at this time. We're asking that, what is your score? What is your score? How do you score Government of Ghana on the COVID-19 issue? Just bring in your comments, and with your comment to be read live here on Spirit-Filled TV. Now, I have Osebons to Victoria standing by to give us the updates or education, public education on COVID-19. Osebons, you are welcome. Yes, I hope you are aware. Right, let's get going. Right, so we are having some technical hitches here, and so I think the technicians are getting it fixed. You are watching Spirit-Filled TV on the Facebook. It's an online television station broadcasting live from Sunyani Fiepre in the Bono region. Yeah, so we'll be going back to Osebonsu Victoria to give us the insight and some education of the COVID-19. And so Victoria, I think all things are equal now.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's listen to some education.
Good morning once again, and thanks for the privilege given. Okay, so before this coronavirus disease came about, we were generally supposed to observe the various health tips in order to stay healthy and to live a healthy life. We were asked to be eating fruits always, vegetables, in order to boost your immune system, so that when you get an infection or a disease, your white blood cells will be able to fight against these diseases. So COVID-19, generally called coronavirus, is a world disease which has caused many deaths. This infectious disease will cause mild to moderate respiratory illness. So thus, we are supposed to observe the basic health respiratory ethics. Like when we are coughing, you have to use cough with your elbow so that you wouldn't spread this infection, because it's caused by droplets of infection from the nose, a discharge from your nose, coughing, sneezing, and other parts. So that's the reason why the government instituted lockdown and isolation. Okay, so from yesterday's view of the municipality, the assemblyman, he was talking about the fact that some people don't even know what the isolation is about. So with this, the isolation basically is done when you want to be separated from something. So let's say with the hospitals, those with infections are being isolated from the whole, so that treatments can be meted out special for them, because when they are left to be mingled around the whole people, it will spread the disease more than to isolate them. Then being in a lockdown simply means being in a confined place. That one too, basic measures are given in order to control something. So the lockdown is very necessary. Then with this, social distancing for the coronavirus is also a very key factor, because when we are all isolated in a way by distancing ourselves from each other, it will avoid the spread of this coronavirus. Let's say when we are in a crowded place, the virus ability to spread will be more than when we are all confined at our places. So please stay home. This stay home thing, I don't know, Ghanaians don't understand. Some people give very flimsy excuses. Somebody just said he's just going out to see what is happening outside. Whether he's a Ghanaian, he's going out to check whether the Ghanaians are inside. But if you go out to check and another person also go out to check, then that means we are all outside. So you have to stay home. Please, the excuses you are giving is not a good one. Please stay home, and please observe the basic tips. Wash your hands at least every 2 hours. Okay, then you can use your nose mask or face mask. You see, with this one, when you are sneezing or coughing or anything, it's confined to yourself. The ability to spread won't be that much. Then you can use tissue a lot, so that you'll be able to discharge it off. Yes. Then you can have your personal hand sanitizer, so that every time you'll be able to apply them from point to time. You see, you get to a place, let's say in a car or taxi, after handling money and those stuff, you wouldn't get water there to wash your hands, so you can use your hand sanitizer. So please, today's topic is very brief, because like it's all about corona everywhere. Now we have like about 9 dead cases. Then I think it's 1,000 plus now. So we have to really observe these safety tips. Then I think there's some recovery number. about 99. So Ghana is doing very well. So we thank you for tuning into this TV station, and we'll see you next time with another health tip. Thank you.
Yeah, so that is that. This is where time will permit us to. Right, so thank you very much for your in-depth analysis and also the education on COVID-19. Right, thank you very much for watching Spirit-Filled TV, broadcasting live from Sunyani Fiapri in the Bono region, specifically from Zoe Outreach Embassy here in Fiapri Auditorium. This is where the program is coming to you. And this is Spirit in the Morning. Your spirit in the morning should get better. Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. Those of you who sent comments and those that passed through and that, we are so glad. God bless you wherever you are. And I'll just say very good morning to my cameraman. That is Victor. Victor, you are doing so great. And also to Prince and MCR Sound by Pastor Desmond. My name once again is Obibini Abrantier. Until we meet again tomorrow, same time from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. It is God bless you, shalom, and then bye-bye. How is your spirit in the morning like? Everybody wakes up early in the morning to feel that the spirit is really working hard. This is where everyone needs the spirit in the morning. This is Spirit in the Morning. So this program comes in the way this and every morning between the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Spirit-Filled TV. It is an online TV on your Facebook and YouTube. So make sure that you share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We come in a way every day with the Spirit in the Morning. Talk of the birthday wishes, the social discussions, entertainment, and then the news today. You love it. So be my guest from Monday to Friday so that we